Anyway, if you just joined me for the first time, welcome. Doing a sleep review. Basically, I live stream my sleep apnea treatment, and here on TikTok Live, I basically go over footage, um, and then I just compare it to my sleep tracking data. It's all right here. Yeah, basically discuss how well I slept. I did sleep a lot last night. If you joined me for last night's live, I said I thought I was gonna get some more sleep last night, but it just didn't work out. Sometimes this thing just happen. Well, but the good thing is, I mean, even though I got 6 messy hours of sleep, I feel pretty good. I mean, some of it thanks to the energy drink. But yeah, we're gonna go over the footage in just a second. This is the time lapse I just posted to TikTok. I'll put it on loop. And basically, it's the entire 6 hours compressed down to about a 1 minute loop. You can see the clock going by really fast. Yeah, so you guys don't know, I treat my sleep apnea on stream. And basically, here on TikTok Live, I discuss how my treatment's going, as well as answer any questions you might have about sleep apnea. Cool. All right, we'll get started in just a moment, but I'm gonna pull some more information in from my sleep tracker. All right, so what else do I have? I have my heart rate. It's visible. Okay, what else? Yeah. Okay, we also have information. So this is the information from my Apple Watch, but here I'm about to show you information from my sleep apnea machine. So this is what basically treats my sleep apnea, not sleepy apnea. And here it records how long I had the mask on, how good my seal was, as well as how many events per hour. All right, and what else? Where data do we have? We have breakdown of the score. Well, good thing I didn't lose any points last night. I got 100 on the sleep score, which, I mean, all things considered, I mean, I should take the 100 and take the W, but took a little bit of a L in terms of amount of sleep. I was really shooting for 8.5, but so I get back to my hotel room. I have my first like proper meal, in the first time ever, and this is like by 9:30 p.m. So that's why that was my first issue. I was probably I was probably not eating so long that I just forgotten how my meal schedule usually goes. So I get to bed around. I get ready to get into bed around 11:30, and then by that point it dawns on me. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna get. There's no way I'm getting a full we call it 8 hours at all. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, so a little bit of fail there, but overall it felt like a pretty continuous night of sleep. I didn't end up getting out of bed at all, so I would call that a little bit of a win. My sleep tracker would beg to differ, though. So let me show you what my sleep tracker. Hey, Lappy, you have a comment? CPAP saved your life. You started with severe sleep apnea, 88 events per hour. Wow. Now you're down to less than 2. That's amazing. I had 70, but yeah, you're taking the crown today for 88. When this ish hits 88, you're gonna see, well, when this thing hits 88, you're gonna see some serious ish. All right. Thank you for sharing your story, Lappy. I mean, more people need to hear about sleep apnea because it's one of those things that kind of like exists under the surface of like our popular culture. And, like the only time I've ever seen like sleep apnea depicted on in like mainstream media, for example, is you ever watch Spider-Man No Way Home, where Happy Hogan is sleeping in Aunt May's apartment, and Peter's sleeping in the same room, and then you cut to Happy, and he's got the CPAP mask on. It's like, hey, some of us need our 8 hours. I feel like I'm a little Happy Hogan these days. I think they kind of foreshadowed that in Spider-Man Homecoming when he I think Peter Parker was filming Happy Hogan sleeping on the plane, and he was like snoring real loudly. So it was kind of a payoff to that joke that eventually Happy Hogan would have sleep apnea. It was one of those moments of all the cheer-worthy moments on that movie. I think seeing sleep apnea depicted on film in the MCU was very. I felt very seen at that moment. All right, so here's. All right, so there's the time lapse. I'm gonna go ahead and put back on a loop, but actually I'm gonna pay attention to 11:55. That's when I start the stream, and again I live stream my sleep apnea treatment. So even though this isn't a hotel room, by the way, this is not where I live. I mean, it would be very expensive to live here all year. So I want to figure out what time I actually fell asleep. Now, there's some contradicting data here, at least. Well, let me see. So I rounded my sleep time up to like 6 hours, just to be generous. But I'm just curious what time I actually went to sleep. Now, the first time it records sleep is 12:38, and I'm inclined to believe that because I remember, like, I don't know, the more I thought about like trying to get to sleep, the harder it came. So I'm just gonna go real quick on the real-time footage. No way, it's not that real time. I mean, just want to show you my sleep apnea routine real quick, just to explain for anyone who doesn't know what sleep apnea is. So basically, first thing I'm putting on is the sleep apnea mask. Sorry, it's a little out of frame. I'm trying to maybe do that in a bit. How's that? Okay, cool. All right, so putting on the sleep apnea mask. Let's see. Yep. So what I'm doing right now is running a fit check on the mask rather, just to make sure that the mask fits and it doesn't have any leaks. And after that, I put on the other 2 layers. So everything else I'm going to put on right now is not part of the sleep apnea treatment. It's just things I've added on. So noise cancelling headphones have been a real game changer in terms of sleep, and that is a black chin strap, which is I'll explain why I have that later if anyone wants to know now. I can answer that, but basically that's everything. So hook up the hose, start up the treatment. Hey, straws. Yeah, it takes so long to get a sleep study. That's what I keep telling people. That's why I say get a sleep apnea diagnosis sooner rather than later, because a lot of sleep centers, they'll book it's not a matter of days or maybe a week to get a sleep study. Sometimes it's months. So like, it's like basically April now, and like imagine going to your sleep doctor and it's like, okay, we're gonna book you a sleep study. Come back in June. I'm like, what? I have problems sleeping now. So that's kind of the thing. It's just one of those things where I don't know if it's just the healthcare system not set up with the right amount of supply and demand yet, but for the amount of people that need sleep studies, I imagine it's like that being that hard to book like very soon. Charles, thank you for the follow. Yeah, that's just yeah, it's an unfortunate byproduct. And I again, the goal of this live is just to share more about sleep apnea. Okay, so I break two rules of sleep hygiene, so I'm gonna fess up right away. First, sleeping with lights on. You're never supposed to do that. I I take fault for that, but I do wear an eye mask for blackout darkness. Two, I have my electronics in bed. Now here, basically, I'm basically using my phone until the bitter end. If I had put my phone away sooner, I may have fallen asleep earlier. So, 12:38 is when it officially detected that I fell asleep, and I just want to see if possibly I fell asleep sooner. Mainly, I want to look at like my motions. Like usually, I can tell like by how much I move. I mean, right now I could probably add on 10 minutes because I'm asleep at this point. The sleep tracker didn't pick it up until 12:38, but I could easily say 12:28. I was already asleep. So um, chalk up 10 more minutes there. So again, the sleep tracker came up really with a really low number, 5 hours 53 minutes. I rounded up this to at least 6 hours. I might have even gotten 6.5, but we'll see what this next block looks like. So here is a block that's interesting now. It's 27 minutes of awake time between 12:47 and 1:14. I'm wondering, I mean, I don't remember being. Hey, Chevy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. All right, so I don't remember being awake for half an hour. I could have been, but I, I would have done something. I wouldn't have just laid there for half an hour. Usually, it's not a good idea, especially with sleep apnea treatment. Not a good idea to just lay there waiting to fall asleep. If it takes more than half an hour to fall asleep, you should probably get out of bed, re-relax, and just settle back in again. But so according to this, okay, so from here, so I'm about to maybe like asterisk giving myself another half hour, so 6.5 hours instead of 6. I really shortchanged myself. So next half hour, apparently I'm awake. Now let's see why. So I'm using the Apple Watch for sleep tracking. So we'll watch my watch arm. See, it's on top of the frame right now. It's basically holding up against the bed frame. So let me see what kind of motions I make in the next. Yeah, I pull the arm down. These are definitely unconscious movements. I don't. I mean, maybe. I can't say for sure. Yeah, these are definitely unconscious movements. So I don't move like this in my I don't move like this when I'm awake. And it's saying that for half an hour from what do you call it, 12:47 that I was awake, but I don't see it. I think it's just so. So what it is I think there's residual motion from my sleep tracker, which basically tricked it into thinking I was awake. So that yeah, 6.5 hours. I can revise my actual amount of time slept. See, yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, I got on the time lapse. I credit myself 6. I probably could have rounded it to 6.5 in retrospect, but it's already too late. I posted the time lapse. I'm not gonna correct it, but just I mean, that's the thing. I post the time lapse and then the analysis. I kind of wish I could do the analysis first, but it's kind of fun to do the analysis with TikTok Live just so you guys can get an idea of what my process is. Alright, so we can go ahead and go back to the footage. So, was it 114? I think it's on? Yeah. So, all this tossing and turning, it just mistook me for being awake. So, that's why I only got 5 hours 53 minutes on the sleep tracker, even though I totally am asleep right now. So, fun to know. Alright. So, let's look at our upcoming sleep stages. So once we're past this, sorry, not really loud because it got really close to my. So once we're past this whole tossing and turning, we're going to get some deep sleep at 158. So I'm gonna go to 158. Now we're gonna see the tossing and turning basically stop. 158. Fast forward, pull it forward to 158. Okay, 158. So just look at the pose I'm posing right now, and we're going to see how long I'm going to hold that pose. Sleep tracker said I was in deep sleep for 20 minutes. So I bet you I won't move from this position for another 20 minutes. So 218 is what we're looking for. Now, watch. Basically, it's not trickery. I didn't edit the footage besides, splicing them together. So deep sleep is slow wave sleep, and basically it's accompanied by very little motion. So your body's pretty relaxed and basically giving a chance for your body to repair itself. Aches and pains aside. Alright, so yeah, that's all I wanted to show you about deep sleep. Okay, so I kicked out of deep sleep probably around 216, I think that's about right. Yeah, 217. Yeah, maybe about a minute off. So next thing it does is core sleep, which is just light sleep. And then finally we're going to go to a REM sleep at 327. So that's about an hour from here. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so 327. Okay, so REM sleep is rapid eye movement sleep. So that's the sleep stage that's commonly associated with dreaming. So take a look at that. All right, REM sleep. Okay, so rapid eye movement sleep coming up at 327. Alright, so that's right around here. Now I'm on my side, so you won't be able to see my eyeballs. Sometimes it's kind of a treat when I actually, like, the eye mask comes off and you can see what my eyes look like while I'm essentially dreaming. But yeah, it's gonna be in this rapid eye movement sleep where I think I actually dipped in and out of REM sleep. So it's REM 4 and then more REM. So 344 is when the REM cycle ended. So let's go to from here to 344, so another 10 minutes. Okay. One thing you might see is the eye mask will shift around a little. That's if the eye movements are particularly pronounced, but right now it doesn't look like the case. Cool. Alright, so that was REM sleep, and that was 344. I'm going to skip ahead to... Oh, wow, more deep sleep. Now, this is a little strange. I'm not used to... Hey, Flark. Thank you. Question. What do you use to diagnose my sleep apnea? Basically, my friends, they had... I mean, I knew I snored, but I didn't know how badly I snored, nor did I know that I actually stopped breathing. So, my friends basically had to convince me to see a doctor, otherwise I wouldn't have gone. So, thankfully, I acquiesced. Well, basically, I went kicking and screaming. I'd be lying if I said I went willingly. I said, okay, I'll humor, and then my primary care doctor referred me to a sleep specialist. Sleep specialist set me up with sleep lab and so forth and so on. And it turns out it wasn't just snoring; it was severe sleep apnea. I had 70 events per hour. So that was the diagnosis process. Spoken truth, you got 5 hours of sleep on site CPAP. Oh yeah, that's. I hope that's a good night for you. I mean, I got 6 hours of sleep ish. So yes, Clark, that was an in-lab study. You have the option. Obviously, there's two types. There's the at-home and the in-lab. I've never done the at-home one. I probably wouldn't feel comfortable setting it myself because there's so much stuff to like hook up before you go to bed, and I'll be afraid of hooking up something out wrong. All right. So the next sleep stage I'm going to look at is a little further ahead at 5:30 essentially. So we're going to have another REM cycle. Now let's see. Basically, light sleep for Yeah, it looks pretty. I mean, didn't move around that much that whole. But yeah, there's okay. 527, 5. Yeah, here we're back in REM sleep. So again, REM stands for rapid eye movement, and that's the sleep stage most commonly associated with dreaming. So right now, I'm probably having a dream. Hey, Saucy, what are my thoughts with Zepbound? Substances, I mean, there's time and place. It's kind of my blanket statement for any type of substance, whether it be Ozempic, Zepbound, yada yada. Um, I don't I don't judge people who are given that. Obviously, with the doctor's participation, any substance can be used to great benefit. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I mean, I don't have any specific experience with Zepbound because I'm not on it. Joshua, you use a BiPAP? Is that BiPAP? And you still wake up a few times throughout the night. Yeah, I think waking up throughout the night is something that a lot of people have to deal with. Down to earth, my recommendation for pillow is the Hello pillow. If you've never heard of them, they used to do a lot of like podcast ads. So I wonder if they're probably still around. Hello. Nope, this is not them. Hello Pillow. Yep. HelloPillow.com. Yeah, if you go check them out, let me see if I can show you this real quick. Yeah. This is what I use as a pillow. It's a buckwheat pillow. Basically, it's nice and well, it's not soft. It's like if you ever had popcorn, it's like those little shells of the popcorn that end up at the bottom of the bucket once you've like eaten all the pops one. So they're little buckwheat shells. And what's funny is when they're all put together, they compact into a really nice solid. So it's very supportive, but also because it's so airy, like it is basically like it keeps your head really cool. So that's kind of why I like buckwheat pillows. One time I slept at a relative's house and I was like, "Ooh, something's missing." I ordered a generic buckwheat pillow off Amazon just to have one. But yeah, I would carry that around, but those are pretty heavy. So yeah, I have. Well, let me show you. Well, can't show you my home pillow setup because I'm in a hotel. But yeah, if you're kind of a one pillow that guy, you can get a big one of those, and you can adjust how much buckwheat you put in. So if you like it like more, like if it's too big, you can take some out. If it's too stiff, you can well, just if it's not stiff enough, you can put more buckwheat shells in. So that's my favorite kind of pillow. Joshua, your sleep apnea was really bad. Whoa, 400 episodes. Wow, you have taken the crown. I've heard three-digit numbers before, but I've never heard anything over. Never did everything over that much. Hope you're doing better these days. But oh, you did say earlier that you do wake up throughout the night. I think that's a common occurrence. I mean, I didn't do it last night, but there were signs. I mean, falling asleep apparently was really tossy and turning. There is gonna be a wake up coming up at the end. Jojo, thank you for the follow. There's gonna be a wake up coming up at the end of this REM cycle, so 5:55. So 25 minutes from this point in the recording. So right now I'm having REM, so that's rapid eye movement. You won't be able to see because the eye mask is down. But here, apparently I woke up. So I'm gonna watch and see if, yep, that's probably what happened. I think I did wake up. That's me checking the time. I pulled the blanket over myself. I checked the time. The other nice thing about CPAP treatment or sleep apnea treatment is that you can pull the covers over your entire head and you can still breathe because the air is still coming through the hose. So you can kind of like snorkel underneath the blankets, which is kind of nice. So yeah, I did wake up here. Now this is the weird thing the Apple Watch does when you wake up like so close to awake time, because I basically had my alarm clock set for 7:30 and I woke up at 5:55. So when I fell back to sleep, 6:04, 9 minutes later, it like did he fall back to sleep, or what the watch decided to do was count as a nap. So that's why this last hour is classified this way, where it's sort of like this one gradient, while as everything beforehand is split up in different stages. So I'm basically in taking a nap right now, which, I mean, fair is fair, but like, come on. So yeah, this is the last hour I'm awake. I'm asleep rather, and that's gonna be right here. And I'm pretty sure I don't wait for my alarm clock. I wake up a couple more times more, and it's probably why. Hey, new mask in room? No, same mask, hotel room. Okay, I'm actually traveling this weekend. This past weekend, I'll be checking out the hotel and back home tonight. So thanks for noticing. But yeah, I wish I could sleep like this. Well, not really. But I miss my actual room and pillow. Someone was mentioning pillows before, and I was like, oh, I miss my pillow. But yep. So here I am. I eventually am gonna stir awake. So let me make sure I don't miss any of that. Yeah, here. The last few moments. So yeah, I eventually just give up trying to fall back to, yeah, thank you, Kay. So I eventually give up trying to fall back to sleep, and yeah, I decided to take the mask off. So here's the unmasking, basically putting on the treatment in reverse. Alright, so take the eye mask off, open up the hose, take the chin strap off, chin strap, and headphones probably? Yeah, chin strap. I'll keep the headphones on. I just pulled the mask out from underneath it. Okay, so I'm awake. Alright, 7:20. So let's summarize. Back to Sleep Tracker. Now, Sleep Tracker really shortchanged me. It told me I only got 5 hours, 53 minutes. I think I got closer to 6.5, which I say is like the bare minimum for me to be like functional, and I am considering how poorly I sleep on the road anyway. I think I should just treat any type of sleep as a kind of a win. But 6.5 hours, I think, is what I'm going to call it as the final total, the amount of sleep. Here's some other stats. Here's how much different sleep types I got. I'm trying. Oops. Oopsie. Sorry, I messed up the zoom. Here we go. Okay. So here's some stats we can compare. All right. So you can see it. Okay. So you got 43 minutes of REM sleep, which is a little low. I don't remember having that many dreams. Hey, Joshua again. You need to buy a new mask and head strap. Really? Now, it depends where you are. If you're in US, I mean, US insurance system, so that might force you to, down specific avenues. There's a lot of CPAP suppliers in a lot of countries that will maybe ship to wherever you are. So, my go-to is Amazon, even though obviously it's never buying from Amazon proper. It's usually one of those third-party suppliers, and it's usually a markup. So, yeah, you imagine you need prescription to get the machine, but the mask, I've been able to get masks off Amazon, anytime between resupplies, I would usually go on Amazon and get a mask. But yeah, Joshua, if you care to share where you are in the world, you don't have to, but like that might help me give some context about where to find things. All right, so here's my heart. Yeah. So, yeah, so what you're supposed to do is when you get your machine, you're supposed to get a stream of supplies. So whoever your supplier is gonna keep giving you that. Now, did you change masks and not tell your supplier? That's the thing. If you wanted a different mask and your supplier is still sending you your old mask, yeah, then you might have a little bit of issue getting, the mask you want. So That's typically why you want to go through your sleep doctor, especially when you're changing your mask. I basically been on the same mask with my doctor for 2 years easily. I may have went back to the F20. I'm using the F30i by ResMed. Yeah, I'm using the F30i by ResMed, and that's been doing me pretty well. But every once, well, it's been a while now, so I would use the F20 if I maybe I didn't have like a clean or not broken F30 mask. I'll switch back to one of my old spare ones, but it's pretty rare these days. Yeah, and I see. Okay, so the at-home sleep study. So you don't have like a sleep doctor properly, or is it sort of an online telehealth thing? No. But I mean, I'm able to find. Well, I guess here's my advice in terms of buying a mask. Yeah, you should still reach out to them. Um, so for my mask, for example, the only part that really matters, I think, is the this and the frame that goes up to the tube. The hose, the headgear, all that I can probably buy generic. The only thing I miss by getting a generic hose is the climate controlled hose, which pretty much gives me um, air temperature control. But yeah, for most cases, it's just fine to. Oh yeah. Oh, so your head's stretched out. I mean, if you put in your model mask into Amazon, for example, you'll find generics of your head straps, and you'll see they'll look basically like um, the straps you're using, just not they don't want to have the brand name on them. So those can be a little bit less expensive than I mean supplies are annoying to buy, but if you need them, you need them. And obviously, you want to talk to your supplier to get stuff in between resupplies, especially if you're looking to change up anything. But yeah, hopefully you have luck with that. I just resort to Amazon just because it can get fast shipping. So if I need it like in a hurry, I can get a spare mask or spare head um, head head strap in like a day or two shipping. Cool. Well, thank you for sharing your experience. Yeah. Oh man, you're paying out of pocket for everything. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, the U.S. healthcare system is just quite a joke, and you can insert your own punchline there. But yeah, it's pretty terrible that a lot of people have to even with good insurance, it's annoying, and with that no insurance, it's basically the system is designed to work against you. So um, yeah, that's one of the crappy things about life right now is just how insurance kind of has to play a part in everything. Cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing your experience, and hopefully something I mentioned might work out. I mean, um, yeah, hopefully. Okay, so 6.5 hours of sleep. Well, for the time lapse I posted on TikTok, I basically said I got 6 hours, but O2 generator. I keep hearing about that, but I never actually look into it. So oxygen generator. Let me do a little googling right now. O2 oxygen. Oxygen generator. This is one thing I actually don't know about. Might be. Oh wow. Well, first thing I see is like something expensive. Sheesh. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go to one of the first hits on Google, which is sleepapnea.org. What is a oxygen concentrator versus a CPAP machine? So read. Interesting. Yeah, yeah. I've been asked if I use an oxygen concentrator, and I don't. But yeah, I get why some people will need it, and I'm just curious how it actually hooks up to the machine in line to the mask. Okay, cool. Mm, medical equipment. Yeah, basically they can cover it. Yeah, I'm curious if they don't have any photos of it. You could image search. Um, wow, yeah, that looks like a huge piece of hardware next to you. I mean, it's from all the pictures I've seen, it basically looks like a we call it, well, that one's Photoshop, but it looks like a portable air conditioner almost. Yeah. Oh man. I mean, yeah, it's been a while since I measured my blood oxygen um, overnight. Let me see if my numbers tell me anything. I do have the Apple Watch with blood oxygen sensing, so I'm curious. I mean, I don't know how reliable the blood oxygen measurements are. But yeah, sorry to hear your. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so overnight, yeah, they only got one reading. So that's the thing about the Apple Watch as a blood oxygen sensor. It doesn't do it consistently. Basically, it measured my blood oxygen once at around 1 a.m. I fell asleep, so it didn't really measure. It doesn't really measure blood oxygen to factor into sleep tracking. So yeah, that's one of those things I'd be curious, like wearing like a bespoke blood oxygen sensor maybe overnight just to see how my oxygen levels are doing, and I'm not sure I'm not doing that bad, but yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, thank you for bringing up O2 generators. Yeah, Amazon is probably a good place to get like generic replacement headgear. If they sell you the first party ones, yeah, they're gonna overcharge you. So look for generics that look similar enough. They'll probably work out just fine. But obviously, might be a little bit of trial in there. It's make some judgment calls about what what might be worth the money. Cool, Joshua. Thank you for the discussion. All right, been alive for about 40 minutes now. In this hotel room for another like 5 hours. I have a late checkout, so I'm just gonna eat lunch and then leave the hotel. And then, all right, nice chatting with you, Joshua. Have a good day at work. Yeah, I gotta get to work, or yeah, I've got work. Now I have to get to work as well as what we call it. Have work tonight. I have a shift tonight. So what am I gonna do differently tonight? Well, first of all, I'll be home, so no more hotel room. So bye bye, king size bed. But tonight's sleep's gonna be a little bit of a trick. I'm basically so I might have to get up early tomorrow. How early is really gonna depend. So I'm not gonna do a sleep review tomorrow morning. So sorry, y'all. I mean, y'all looking forward. No, but sleep review. I'm probably not gonna do one tomorrow morning. I'll probably end up doing it tomorrow. I might get back late tomorrow evening. So I don't know if it's a good idea for me to do a sleep review late at night, but that might actually be the first time I actually look at the footage. I might wake up, go to work, like actually leave the house, go to work. So that's, I mean, yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm remote most of the time, so I have the luxury of working from home, working from a hotel. But like, yeah, this week I have to go in the office, so I have to factor that in. So that might mean I have an earlier wake up. So I might have to like just wake up at like 6:37. That means my going to sleep time has to be like razor thin margin. I have to like be really careful about what time I get to sleep. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do differently. In terms of amount of sleep, well, the bar set pretty low. 6.5 hours is what I got tonight at the hotel. And again, it's hotel room sleep, so admittedly, it's pretty lousy sleep anyway. So again, I found this orange blob didn't count. so 6.5 hours is what I'm calling my final amount of time slept. But yeah, I don't wanna go this week on 6.5 hours on average of sleep. I just have a bad feeling it's gonna be like that just because of the way work has. I mean, if life happens, work happens, and I just have to roll the punches. So I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the morning in this hotel room. Nice little place I have. It's a really nice executive suite. I got way more space than I needed, but it's nice to not be like a little cramped hotel room. And the king bed was nice to sleep in, but I miss my bed at home. All right, last call for any questions about sleep apnea or sleep tracking in general. I can answer a few more questions on the way out. Otherwise, I'm going to call that a live and sign off. Get ready, get working, get packing, and then go back home tonight for another live stream. So anyone doesn't know, I live stream my sleep apnea treatment, so that's what you're seeing above. This is special because this one is from the hotel room. But yeah, at home I have basically the same setup, and I have a whole setup I can pack with me. So that's how serious I am about this as a content creation job, I guess. I've been doing this for 3 years, and basically it's come up with a lot of like, even though it's like I'm like moderately, no, not even nearly moderately successful content creator, I've discovered a lot of things about my treatment that I can be doing better. Yeah, a lot of people will come into the chat and say, "Turn the lights off, you idiot." And like, yeah, I know, but it's fine. I have the eye mask on. Yeah, but things that I've discovered, like you things like my chin strap I added because my mouth would slip out of the hole, about the hole in the mask, for example. So things like that I've added on noise canceling headphones, or something I figured out pretty early on that noises would wake me up in the morning. So yeah, that's those kind of things that the live stream has really kind of helped me uncover. So yeah, if there's any no more questions about sleep apnea, I'll go ahead and get ready to end the live. Yeah, if you want to thank you for all the hearts, if you want to tap me some hearts on the way out, or drop me a follow, you'll get notified whenever I post a time lapse. And usually right after I post a time lapse, I will we call it do a TikTok live. Now I don't know how tomorrow's gonna look like because I have to be at work and it's gonna be a long day. I'll basically be back after dinner, so we'll see how tomorrow looks. I might do a late stream. I might have to skip a day if it just ends up being a lousy night's sleep tomorrow night, tonight into tomorrow. But hopefully be back on a regular schedule. Again, the bar is pretty low for me this week, 6.5 hours. That's where I'm starting at. So if I can get anywhere near 7 or 8, we'll call that a win for the rest of the week. All right, thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for the hearts. Again, I live stream my sleep apnea treatment, so you can check out my channel. The link is in my bio above. Yes, I'm in a hotel till night. Last night. I'll be back home tonight, sis. So yeah, yeah. Hotels are nice, but I wouldn't want to live here. It's cold and well, not. It's not that. It's comfortable. It's a comfortable hotel, but I miss being home, so I'll be home tonight. Cool. All right. Thank you all for joining me. I'm gonna end the live. Once again, I've been Sleep Vlogger. Check out my channel. Link is. Oh, what am I listening to? When I go to sleep, I listen to a YouTube playlist. It's basically a podcast of two guys talking about Star Trek: The Next Generation. So yeah, it's a pretty niche thing, but it's like it helps me sleep every night. It's really relaxing. The voices. If you want to check them out, it's the Reverse Angle YouTube channel. That's what they do. They basically reviewed every episode of Star Trek: Next Generation. They're also reviewing every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you're interested in that show, they have some thoughts about that show as well. I never watched it, but they have a weird sense of humor. So it's again, that's where Reverse Angle is their YouTube channel. I figure I dropped them a wreck. All right, folks, I'm gonna end the live right here. Thank you all for joining me. I'll be back home tonight where I'll be streaming live. Be back on TikTok live maybe sometime tomorrow. Don't know when exactly, but yeah. I'm gonna head home from the hotel soon, so I'll see you all If not tomorrow, then the next day. All right. Peace out, everyone. See ya.